Wow, she's not coming up today, huh? Hey, Babette, you come see me. Yeah. Hi. How are you today? Let me have a look at you this morning. Let me have a good look at you. How's BB today? Huh? Do you want to see the donkey? Wookie. Wookie, this guy. Oh, it's the donkey. You like him? I have this guy in the playground room here. What about this donkey though? Oh, Jesus. That's nice. I'm going to talk to you guys about the donkey today. Welcome to the 31 Days of King Juggernaut. My name is Karen Stever, and that is the Bat Bat Baby. And this is the donkey. Nice donkey sound. So, every day, look out, Bat. Look out. I'm going to get the book. Bat, look out. I'm going to get the book. So, every day, I am going to talk to you guys about a puzzle piece. If you go to karenstever.com/Halloween, I've been talking about a puzzle piece every day. I'm taking a puzzle piece away from the cover of the book, and I will show you the whole cover on Halloween, which is only a couple days away now. I can't believe it. I'm having some weird flashbacks from Idiot Savant years ago. Years ago. Back in the, like I sound like an 80-year-old woman. Decades ago. Isn't it weird? Like, you know, when you're back in high school, like that was now decades ago. So bizarre. So, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about Idiot Savant because that was released on Halloween as well. And very fitting to have this book that takes place in October of 1939 release on Halloween. I know it's not a shock to you guys, but I really wanted this book out months and months ago. Like last Halloween would have been good, or the Halloween before that. So, anyway, so yeah, welcome to the 31 Days of King Juggernaut, New York City. Today I'm talking about the donkey because the very last chapter of the book, chapter 20 of this 400+ page book, is called What Was in the Donkey's Wagon. And every time I get to this chapter, whether it was just in the writing phase or in the editing phase or in the formatting phase or now talking to you guys after, you know, a month of talking to you about different characters in this book, I get a little bit emotional because it's the donkey. It's the last chapter of the book, but it's a link to the next book, which is in Germany, which our little non-verbal savant friend named Egan in Germany will carry the story on from there. So, What Was in the Donkey's Wagon is the last chapter, but just like yesterday, when I was talking to you guys about why don't I know this about, oh, the dog. I was talking about the dog yesterday. The Great Stone Dogs is the second last chapter in the book, and I wouldn't read from that chapter, and I'm not going to read from this one either because I don't want to read anything from the last few chapters to you. But what I will do is introduce you to the donkey, which happened in The Songbird in the Music Box. That was back in chapter 6, yes, okay. You'd think I know this by now, but I just have too much going on in my head. A little friend up there living too. So, my sniffles are bad. I'm an allergy girl, I'm sorry. So if I'm constantly sniffling, you have to bear with me. So this is Ian. He's sneaking out of his house. He's walking along a little trail. He is following Albert the organ grinder and the little capuchin monkey into a wooded area. He, meaning Ian, was clearly taken by this pack and began to trail behind. He stayed out of sight and followed them until they turned right onto a new road. It didn't look like any cars had traveled it. It was quite narrow and had mostly footprints with some smaller tire tracks. At a certain point, Albert stopped abruptly to speak without turning around. "You don't have to hide in the shadows, Ian. You are welcome to come." Ian stepped out onto the path and was staring straight past the grinder to a donkey laying by the tree. Albert turned to look at him, not at all surprised to see that he followed. "Didn't you notice he isn't tied up? He never goes anywhere, as loyal as they come. He would wait here forever. In turn, I don't make him carry much. He has had enough of that in his life. Albert rubbed the mule's spine, which had a very deep curve in it. Oh, the poor thing had clearly carried his fair share in the world. He does like to feel useful, though, so I let him pull a light wagon. Albert lowered his voice and hid his mouth behind his hand away from the donkey. Some days the wagon is completely empty. We never tell him that. The donkey's ears perked up as though he understood but just didn't care. Now, I don't permit anything on his back, but if you would like to ride in the wagon with my organ, that is no problem for him. We call him Pistachio. Feel free to go say hello. As Albert loaded up his wagon, he continued his song. Border collie took her dolly, little lady didn't care, found a donkey a little wonky, but none the worse for wear. You may recognize that from one of the songs called Serenetta on the Idiot Savant record. And he grinned at Ian. Ian didn't want to be on the wagon. He wanted to go investigate the donkey's face instead. He approached Pistachio and touched the tips of his whiskers. He was a fine-looking fellow with a light gray coat and a dirty white underbelly. He was certainly beautiful once. Excuse me. He was certainly beautiful once. You could barely see his russet brown eyes through his woolly beige eyelashes, but they showed the story of a broken spirit. It isn't that the incident that hurts you. It isn't the incident that hurts you. It's the memory of it, injected Albert. I'm not sure it ever leaves you. I also don't think there's ever been a donkey born on earth who hasn't been worked to the point of abuse. Can you imagine the original intention for him? A donkey is born, begins to explore, eats lots of weeds and grass, finds his true value in life, not by accident, but by design. As I'm choking. He was certainly beautiful once. This is a theme that you'll see throughout this book and throughout the book series. I will always put it in bold every time I say it. It was certainly beautiful once. He was certainly beautiful once. It had to have been beautiful once. You'll see that throughout the book. It's a reflection of the things that used to be beautiful and remind us about what the original intention was for us. And he says, it isn't the incident that hurts you, it's the memory of it. Do you ever feel that way? Like, an incident that hurts us happens in an instant. It happens in seconds sometimes. Of course, you know, there's some of us who have suffered years of abuse. But every time the incident happens, it's magnified by the memory of it. So then we, say if you're hurt that morning, it ruins your day, it ruins your sleep, it ruins consequent mornings and sleeps. And it wasn't the original intention for us. Like when I said there, I'll have to go back to it on page 110. Can you imagine the original intention for him? A donkey is born, begins to explore, eats lots of weeds and grass, finds his true value in life, not by accident, but by design. This is what I hope for everyone. You've heard me say for years, getting back to the playground where it was beautiful once. I think we have the power to get back there. We have to remind ourselves of the things that were beautiful and look for the things that are beautiful. There are things in front of us that are beautiful that are not getting our attention. There's so many people out there who have pets all around them, who they spend more time on the internet than they do with their pet. Like, we have choices that we make about the things that are beautiful around us. But we're constantly looking, we're constantly searching, we're constantly jealous of what our neighbors have and keeping up with the Joneses, and we forget that within ourselves is an intention. And by paying attention, we can find the intention. So I will leave it there for today. That was the donkey, and what was in the donkey's wagon, I'm not telling you, because that's the last chapter of the book. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about Fly, the spider. This is the last spider, and I left it till October the 30th for a reason. I didn't want to talk to you about Fly before Halloween. But I just got another video to talk to you about, and then that's it. And then I'm going to see you guys on Halloween, okay? Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you about Fly, the spider, tomorrow, okay? Have a great night, have a great day, and talk to you soon. Rock on.